knowledge being spread. It's like warm butter across the bread. Smooth, I know you like that. Flow with the grain and don't fight that. You want righteous love, you found the right match. With Marty McFly, they on the right track. Yeah, gotta dig some dirt to plant the seed. Spread roots till you sprout like a tree. Donnie Jones, she the one you wanna see. Donnie Jones Live, this is where you wanna be. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live.
Welcome to Donnie Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy who was celebrating my birthday today. So I'm just going to start it off like, happy birthday to me. Woo, woo.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mardy.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, I'm still a kid again, so I ain't having a problem with it. But yes, happy day, everybody. And y'all listening to Donnie Jones Live with Marty McFly. And Donnie, I want to start off this week to ask you, how was your week this week?
Well, you know, I try to put out the positive vibes, and I'm going to continue to put out the positive vibes. But I will say this, it has been a challenging week, but not for a negative reason. It's challenging for a positive reason. And the positive reason is we're busier than ever. You know, kids are back in school, so there's scheduling issues because you still want to spend time with the kids. There's work issues with having, you know, more work than you know, you normally do.
That's a good thing.
People are at home and they look outside. And for those of you that don't know, I own a tree service here in Atlanta, and they want their trees done and they want them done right now. So, you know, been a little busy, but you know, a lot of it, I think I've talked to you before about this, it's the challenges of being a leader, you know, and I can't complain if all of a sudden God starts blessing me with what I want and what I've dreamed about. And I may not necessarily have developed all the tools to be able to handle the blessing. So this is just, you know, me developing new tools and you know, just adjusting the way I do things so that I can continue to be a really good leader. But more importantly, how are you, birthday boy? And you know what, I'm upset because I wanted to be able to say happy birthday to you before you mentioned that it was your birthday, because I wanted you to know that I was thinking about you. But before the show, y'all, I was hit with a bunch of stuff, so I didn't get a chance to talk happy birthday.
You know, sometimes we do a pre-show work and everything like that, so we've been on for about an hour and a half, and she ain't said nothing at all.
Yeah.
So it was like
first of all, an hour and a half is a lie from the pit of hell. But anyway.
Okay, an hour. Okay. Still enough time to say happy birthday. So
okay.
just
happy birthday. Well, it's in my Google Calendar.
Apparently people don't watch your Google Calendar, not even yourself. But we ain't gonna get on that. That's a whole different thing. But it does bring up a thing of understanding about technology and incorporating that into your work life and your new life, you know, because if you don't advance in your life, then you're gonna get stuck in the past.
You're gonna get stuck in the past. But you know what? I didn't ask you, how was your week?
Oh, my week this week was pretty good. You know, no real complaints. Starting some new projects this week, which were really great for Vast Productions. I'll tell you about that a little bit later on. But you know, it's been a good week. You know, it's some new challenges that I'm dealing with too. But with me in church, I deal with more personality stuff, you know, managing more people and emotions than anything else. So this has been a challenging week of just managing emotions and trying to get people to kind of see themselves, you know, in the spectrum of everything. Because a lot of times people can't see the bigger picture because they're inside the frame, you know. And so, you know, trying to let people understand where they're at.
Repeat that. I like that. That's a blessing to somebody. Say that again.
Yeah, you don't see yourself in the picture because you are inside the frame. You know?
That's so good.
So it's like you gotta, you know, try to get outside the framework so you can see the bigger picture and see how everything works together. So that's one of my things for the week. So I'm trying to make it happen.
Well, you actually just did that to me before we went to air. You know, y'all don't know, Marty be checking me off air. He be checking me on air too. But I was complaining about this particular situation, right? And I was like, you know what? And I have never said such and such and such. I don't know why they think I said that, but I've never said such and such. He's like, Marty's like, really? Really?
Really?
Say that before.
I know you know you. You know,
exactly. But when somebody else presents to you things that you may not even realize you do, or that you're in denial about.
Right. You know, and a lot of us are. You know, a lot of us are, and it's interesting. You know, this past Sunday, I spoke about the situation where Jesus was asking his disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" You know, and then who do you say that I am?
Yeah.
You know, the people that are closest to you can really give you some insight on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes we have a different picture of ourselves.
Right.
Then other people kind of interpret that like, no, you ain't all that nice all the time. Yeah. You know, or you don't see yourself when you're wrong some of the time.
Right.
Or we hold other people to a higher standard than we hold ourselves to.
Yeah.
You know, and so in a sense, sometimes we have to do that self-evaluation and have those people around us.
Right.
You can have those evaluations too.
Right.
They say, was the scars from a friend, take it as a gift. You know, or the wounds from a friend, take it as a gift. That's a proverb.
But you know what, Marty? It depends on that friend also, because there have been situations where, you know, I'm actually going to talk about myself real quick. Is that, you know, there's been a friend or somebody that you feel that you're close to, and they didn't see things the way you saw it because they didn't have the vision that you were given. So what they're projecting on you is their fears and anxieties, and them trying to stop you from what they perceive as a mistake. So you have to be careful with that. I think we should listen to our friends and we should listen to the people that we're close to, but we also have to know that when we are on a certain path and they're not on that path,
right, that
we have to take their advice or their opinion with a grain of salt. So
I'm saying now
on that.
Is that now? Here's the thing. These ain't my words. It's the Bible words. Right. You know, so it's like you could disagree with that. That's everybody's opinion, you know, option. But it is like my closest friends, the one that says, "Marty, you was wrong for that."
Right.
You know, I could appreciate that. You know, now it's different if I say, you know, I got these big plans and I want you to come with me, and they don't see that plan. That's a different kind of situation. Right. But if a true friend, friend, be able to stand up and tell you when you're out of place, and it's not like they're doing it out of any self gratification for themselves, but it's straight, genuinely for the love of you. Right, you know, those kind of stripes. Excuse me, I got something in my throat. But those kind of critiques in your life, take those as gifts.
Yeah, that I do agree.
Yeah,
I do agree.
You know, so every once in a while, like when I look at you, like, really, Donnie, you ain't never said that in your life.
I have never said that.
You ain't never. All right, you know, now I might not have heard you say that, but I can see that in your character. That, yeah, you know, like if someone said, you know, I don't have a bad attitude. I didn't snap on that lady, but after she told my kids to sit down because they were dirty, well, I just told her in a nice way, that she needs to mind her own business.
Right,
you know?
right.
And it's one of those things like, you didn't say that in a nice way. That ain't in your character.
Or for those of you that listen to our show for a while, like when somebody tell your kid to get off a piano at church.
Yeah. And you tell the old lady, you need to die.
Yep.
You know, and that's one of those things like, now, Donnie, that might not have been the best way of handling that.
That may not be the best thing. Now, Marty, I know we're going to get into this on the next segment, but I'm like bursting at the seams because, you know, I just don't like necessarily bringing up the past, but I remember there was somebody that I was absolutely crazy about as a presidential candidate. Now, granted, they didn't get the presidential candidacy, but they did get the vice presidential candidacy. And so I just want to say to you that I'm so thankful for your support of my girl, Kamala Harris. I just wanted to say thank you so much for your unwavering support of my girl, Vice President Kamala Harris.
You know, to clarify, first thing first, I applaud Kamala, you know, for being, you know, the first African-American woman to be on the major ticket. And I support that all the way. However,
nope, so are we close to a break? I think we're at a break, right?
I would say the best vice president that could have ever been selected, and probably the best president that could have ever been selected, she gave her speech on Monday.
Yes. You better ask somebody.
I'm sorry. She gave her best speech. She gave her speech on Monday that just did. Okay, she is the Oprah of politics.
Yes, she
Everybody
is.
will listen to her. Even the little dude in the White House is like, well, I can't say nothing about her. You know,
no, but he tried. He tried.
I think the people around him said, "Look, sir, you
don't want to mess with it. You don't want to go down that road.
Talk about that one. No, that's like you going against Putin. You know, you don't want to mess up that kind of base.
No, but, my girl Michelle slayed.
She slayed. She did her thing. You know,
yes, she did.
I kind of shed a tear again, you know, with her, and she just so elegantly cut the little dude down.
Oh,
you know, so nice and elegant.
You know how somebody can slay you and don't even have to say your name,
right?
Oh,
and it's like you just gotta look like did she just insult me? Because I don't know if that was a compliment or an insult.
Yeah.
Could you? But she was at a character that was as perfect, you know. Yeah. And I would say all of the speakers this week surprised me. Even Biden has surprised me.
Yeah, dude.
Him. You know, he really surprised me.
Waiting for him to, I mean, first of all, like I said, I feel like he was shoved down our throats, but that's my guy now. That's who I'm supporting.
And that's what I was going to remind you of, because I remember way back when somebody didn't like him at all and was just like, no. So I applaud the Democratic.
So guess what? Both of us got what we wanted. You wanted Biden. I wanted Kamala. So maybe we are psychic or something. Maybe we just, between the both of us, we had the answer.
Yeah,
think about it.
Maybe so. I give some credit about that. I give some credit to that.
Yeah, because you called it. I was like, no. So you called it.
So yeah, the best people got the nominee. So moving forward, but yeah, we'll talk about that on the other half. Right now, if you got a thought about the convention or anything that we've said so far, hit us up at 1-888-349. Yep.
That's 1-888-349-DONI.
Yep.
Tell us how proud you are of our country and the fact that we're going to have a African-American / Indian vice president. It's going to be awesome.
/ a few things, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome.
It's all good. We will be right back. You're listening to Doni Jones.
I'm all for the swirl, so
You're listening to Doni Jones Live with Doni Jones and Marty McFly. We will be right back.
Yeah.
It's Doni Jones Live. Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live. Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live.
Hey, this is your girl, Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. Don's Tree Service has been serving the metro Atlanta area for almost 20 years. I'm a certified arborist, and we are fully licensed and insured. Call us at 770-413-TREE. We give free estimates, and we don't charge extra for cleanup. Don's Tree Service, that's 770-413-TREE, or visit us online at donstree.com.
It's not too late to file your taxes. Don't be afraid to file, even if you feel you may owe, because this may not be so. Allow TrueTax to give you a free estimated quote based on minimum information required on our app. Please download the TrueTax app from Google Play and follow the prompts and choose Killeen, Texas as your preferred location. Remember to call Sunny at 254-304-9416. TrueTax and Credit Solutions, always true to price and service. When you file with us, you will receive a free credit profile cleanup and a free one-document notary service.
First, people got sick and I couldn't go to school. Then another police shooting. My mom and dad were upset. It seemed like they were losing hope. But then I told them, don't worry, there's still hope.
Manna Publishing presents the House of Hope Story and Coloring Activity Book. It's 44 pages of inspiration with coloring activities to calm your mind and redirect your attention. Children and adults can use this tool to relax, focus, and best of all, be inspired to find hope. Get your copy today at mannapublishing.com. Please, don't you dare go in there. Don't touch that. It's an emergency. Germs, viruses, and bacteria are everywhere. And today, it can even be deadly. Don't go in there without protection. Pro Spray, Atlanta's antimicrobial system works. We have a 2-stage process that cleans and seals. You can open your store, church, business, and have a safe home. We have the solution. A protective covering, disinfectant, long-lasting solution Pro Spray treatment. EPA approved, non-toxic, safe for families and pets. Contact Pro Spray Atlanta today. 833-776-7829. That's 833 Pro Spray, July and August specials. Office, 1,500 square feet or home, 1,000 square feet, $349. EPA approved, non-toxic, safe for families and pets. Don't go in there until Pro Spray has treated your surfaces for your protection. Contact Pro Spray Atlanta today, 833-776-7829. That's 833 Pro Spray.
Now, back to more Donnie Jones Live with Donnie and Marty McFly.
Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live.
We are back. Welcome back to Donnie Jones Live. I'm Donnie Jones.
And I am Marty McFly. Donnie, quick question.
Yeah.
I noticed you are one of the few people nowadays that wear a watch. Is that for decoration or do you actually use it?
You know, I actually do use my watch because I do like to put my phone down sometimes. But honestly, I just like it. I've always liked okay, good. I'm glad you asked. I've always liked watches, and I've always wanted a white watch. And my sister, you know what? I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt Marty right on the phone.
Yeah.
Right jump through this.
Hey, it ain't nothing that I said. I'm just listening to you.
So my sister bought it for me, and it's kind of sensitive because I have another sister that passed, and the three of us, you know, used to chill and hang out and stuff like that. And it was my other sister that would always, you know, just kind of do, like, she would do more stuff for me. But after she passed, I became closer and closer. And I remember my birthday, this was like 3 years ago when I got this. When my birthday came up, she kept asking, what do you want? What do you want? I was like, I really don't want anything, you know? And she saw me noticing watches when we were out. Like, she noticed this like months before, and I kept telling her I don't want anything. So when I got it, it just really blew me away because I feel like I'm a giver, and I feel like I'm always noticing what other people like and noticing how to make other people happy and do little things that put a smile on the face. But when she got me this watch, it was my almost like confirmation that somebody else sees me, you know, because I didn't say anything about it. I just was in the store and I just was like, oh, wow, you know, that's really pretty. You know, it wasn't even like a conversation. It was like she noticed. So it's just like every time I look at it, it makes me, you know, think about the fact that there's somebody out in the world that you know, anything for, they don't want anything from me. They just want to love me and care about me. And so yeah, my sister gave it to me, and it means a lot. Well, and actually, it was actually 2 years ago. So it was my 50th birthday. So, yeah.
Okay. But
she actually bought me 2 watches for my 50th birthday. She bought me a black one, and was she trying to be funny? I just realized she bought me a black watch and a white watch.
And you picked the white watch, huh?
I did.
Yeah. So, yeah, we just gonna move on from that kind of that. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I know you ain't talking.
I know I ain't talking.
But anyway, guys, let's get back to the topic at hand, which I know we hit on it a little bit. Yeah. But I am really proud of the Democrats. I really am. I'm independent, and I always very transparent about that. But I do lean left. You know, fiscally I lean right, but you know, socially I lean left. And the one thing that I want to say that I admire about them that they don't get enough credit for, and actually don't talk about enough, is that they talked a lot about faith. And I'm so thankful for that, because I think a lot of times people of faith don't necessarily always see a home in the Democratic Party, because it seems like the big thing now is to say, well, you know what, I don't know if there really is a God, or, you know, I'm atheist or agnostic or whatever, which I personally don't have a problem with people that feel like that. But for me, my faith has always been a central part of my, you know, my life, and it's important to me. And so it was just really neat to see people of all different faiths, you know, Christian, Jew, you know, Hindu, all different types of faith, talking about their faith during the Democratic National Convention.
It's funny. I'm on the fence on that.
Really?
You know, I'm saying, you know, now, don't get me wrong. I am glad that they, you know, acknowledge God and the body of faith. But when it comes to business, sometimes you got to leave the religious aspects outside, you know, and you know what I'm saying? Because it's like.
But don't you think now more than ever, we need to be people of faith?
We need to be people of faith. We need to be people of faith, people of hope, and understanding that there is change out there, you know. Yeah. But let's not get into a meeting and you say, well, this is what God told me to tell you, you know.
Well, no, I don't, but I don't think they said that.
Oh, I know. I'm just,
that's what they said.
That's that fine, you know, area of what I'm saying is have faith, have your basic morals. And I appreciate that, you know, with them, but understand that, you know, Sunday mornings is the most segregated time of the week.
And that's true. But go ahead.
You know, being people of faith is, and I'm not just trying to, you know, I know people are going to disagree, but well, you got to put God in everything. Yes, you have your morals. You know, you have the things that you stand on. But even the district attorney of, I think, DeKalb County, she is a Lutheran. You know, she's a Lutheran lady, African American, and she, but she can't change the laws based upon her faith. She can't say
But I'm talking about a faith in God, meaning, you know, they're not pushing a Methodist agenda, a Jewish agenda, a Catholic agenda, whatever, Islamic agenda, but just talking about people of faith, just
true believers.
Some type of faith.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, all of it's man-made anyway, but I just felt like it was important to acknowledge and respect that there are people in the Democratic Party that are people of faith, meaning they go to church or they go to synagogue, and it's important to them and it's a central part of their life, and to show respect for that. I feel like the Democratic Party has been very slow to respect people's, you know, choice to participate in faith-based initiatives. I just think that's, and I just thought it was huge of them to acknowledge that.
Yeah, and I can see that, and I agree with that. But you just said something that I just wanted to kind of come back to just to get more clarification. You said religion and faith is man-made.
Well, faith isn't man-made, but religion is. Yeah, any religion on the face of this planet is all man-made. It's a social construct. But I'm not gonna. You know, we're not gonna get into this on the radio. We're not. Like before the Bible was written, before the Quran was written, before the Jewish Talmud was written, before all of that, God was God, period. Before man was on this earth, God was God. And just the English language or the Chinese language or whatever, those are languages and ideologies and ways of being that was created by the human beings that were put on this planet by God. That's all I got to say about that. And I shall not get into a debate with you about it.
You know, just for today, because we're going to be talking about the Democratic thing, I'm going to let you slide on that.
I appreciate that.
That's a whole bunch of just, let's talk. But,
please do.
You know, but
no, not please do. No. Let's not do.
I know. So what night was your best night out of the Democratic week? What, if you had to choose a night, could you say one?
It would have to be the first one, to be honest with you, where Michelle spoke. I just.
Yeah. You know, I have a toss up, you know, Michelle. Well, I'll say this. I think Michelle's was the best. She was the best speaker, but it just did something to me when I saw my guy get back up there, you know, because Obama.
Oh, well, yeah.
You know what? He didn't even say his name yet, but it's like, that's the one that you can't sleep on. Because
Marty, I don't know. I think his wife.
She did her thing. Now, don't get me wrong. Michelle did her thing, you know, but I'm saying, like I said, I would give her number one.
Yes.
Because it kind of went out of her character a little bit, you know, but you can't take nothing from Obama too, you know.
Oh, you can't take nothing from him, but Michelle, all I can say is Michelle. Yeah. I just want to get a t-shirt that says Michelle on it. That's all I want. I'm gonna just get a t-shirt that says Michelle on it, you know. Now, I will say this. What did you think about the hosting job of Julia Louis-Dreyfus on the last night?
You know, they said it kind of like with Kamala Harris, is you did good.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're overshadowed by the ones that you come behind. You know, she came behind Obama. So her speech wasn't as, when you have Tracy Ross, you know, who was a very,
Tracy did her thing.
Tracy did her thing. Girl from Scandal,
Kerry Washington did her thing.
Washington did her thing, you know, and I would say the Monday nights, I don't even know the lady's name. I think she was the least, you know, impactful, but she was good.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I just thought she was going to just break out and do that little Seinfeld dance.
Yeah, I did too. Like,
I don't know why I was looking for that.
Yeah, I was looking for something more engaging. And sometimes it seemed, I don't know, kind of cardboard.
Yeah.
It just seemed kind of
a little bit out of her element on that one.
Yeah, it seemed like it. But if she would have stuck with her personality and what people like about her, it just seemed like it was like a substitute teacher that was trying too hard for you to like them.
Yeah.
And it just came off, but I admired the fact that she was able to carry the night, but it just seemed a little.
Yes, a little bit, challenging.
What was your least favorite?
Oh, probably
not many of them.
Not many of them, but I would probably say the night with Colin Powell, or the date. I guess that was what the second night.
Second night, yeah.
Yeah. When after Michelle and before Obama, that night
that's a tough.
Kind of forget,
Yeah.
Who was the keynote speaker again on that night? Who was it? Was that Colin? Was it Colin?
I can Google it.
Right, and that's why to me that was the least important. Each of the other nights, I guess, okay, Biden did good, Obama did good, Michelle did good. That was the memorable. I think it was Joe, his wife, spoke the second night or something like that. And it's just like that. She did a good job,
She did. I think everybody did. Well, no, that's not true. I was going to say I think everybody did a good job. The one I didn't quite understand, because he was a train wreck from the start of his campaign, was Mike Bloomberg. Like, I was like, that one was rough.
Yeah. Mike, well.
His little fist pump at the end, it was like.
Yeah, well, everybody aren't the best speakers, and that's why he didn't, but I did like the fact that they had all of the ones that was running in the race coming.
Yeah, I did. I like that too.
I think that was great. Hey, if y'all got a thought about what you think was the best night of the Democratic Convention, hit us up at 1-888-349-DONNIE. That's 1-888-349-3664. And
you still okay? We should have this down by now.
Hey, at least I attempted it and I tried it from memory. All right. Look, if y'all got a comment, hit us up. Y'all can also send us an email at DonnieJonesLive@gmail.com. Or no. That's what I keep messing up. Anyway, we'll have it on
Donnie at Donnie Jones Live. Doni at Donnie Jones Live. Donnie at Doni Jones Live. Our show, my name plus our show. Yeah. Change that to Donnie and Mardy at DonnieJonesLive.com.
But hold that thought. We're gonna pay some bills and we'll be right back.
Okay.
You're listening to Donnie Jones Live with Donnie Jones and Marty McFly.
We'll be right back.
Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live.
Hey, this is your girl, Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. Don's Tree Service has been serving the metro Atlanta area for almost 20 years. I'm a certified arborist, and we are fully licensed and insured. Call us at 770-413-TREE. We give free estimates, and we don't charge extra for cleanup. Don's Tree Service, that's 770-413-TREE, or visit us online at donstree.com.
Hey, write this number down, 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-VAST. Have you ever thought about having a produced commercial for your next event? Your church anniversary, birthday, family reunion, or if you just need some production work done? VAST Productions can help. We're an audio video production house specializing in making your audio and video dreams come to life. Thinking about a family documentary or a church history story? Call us at 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-8278. VAST Productions has over 20 years of production experience, and we're ready to work for you. To get started, just call 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-8278.
Hey, I'm Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and author of From Failure to Fabulous. From Failure to Fabulous is my opportunity to share with you my trials and tribulations of growing a tree service or growing a small business and making it successful by overcoming adversity, and also giving you some tidbits on what you can do on a day-to-day basis to achieve your dreams and be the best that you can be. And you can find us on Amazon. You can go to Donnie Jones Live. Anywhere that books are sold, you should be able to find it.
Now, back to more Donnie Jones Live with Donnie and Marty McFly.
Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live.
Hey, we are back. I am Donnie the Tree Lady hanging out with
That guy, Marty McFly. What it do? What it do?
what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. Okay, Marty. All right, I know we talked a little bit about the Democratic National Convention, but I like to talk about stuff that hits right at home. And I know that I've been getting more people talking to me and asking me about this thing that I'm doing, with my weight loss and then working on the business and working on the weight loss and working on the business. So I'm doing this thing called the Intense Journey. And a lot of times I'll start off talking about my eating choices or whatever, but it always somehow morphs into entrepreneurship because that's kind of like where my sweet spot is. That's what I like talking about. And it's funny because this week was rough. It was just rough. But once again, as I stated earlier in the show, it's not so much rough in a bad way, but rough in a way to where, you pray for something, you ask for something, you start to get it, and you feel overwhelmed. And I think I went through some of that this week. And you and I even talked about this. And I'd like for you to chime in on it because you had said something powerful about being a leader and that, everything is on your shoulders. And that sometimes when you're surrounded by the people that don't see the vision, Yes. So if you want to jump in on that. But one of the things that I realized is that as a leader, part of the reason why I was having or am having certain struggles is because I don't feel like I've given clearly defined directions to everybody on my team about where we're going. Like everything is in my head. I mean, I have written down goals and everything, but there's things in my head that I don't feel like I've conveyed properly. And I think part of that is because I feel like, okay, well, if I say all of this and I say all of that, we're going to lose sight of where we are right now. Or I'm going to find out that maybe I need to, up level some of my team members or just, in other words, this fear that if we don't focus on right now and we start talking about the future, that I'm not going to be prepared, like I'm not going to be where I need to be with them for them to stay with me and stuff.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of different thoughts that come with that. Like number one, sometimes like I always got to go to the Bible on certain things because a lot of times the plan and the actions that Jesus did is just like being an entrepreneur. He had a staff of people, and everything that he did, he didn't tell everybody. He had a few of them that he said, don't let everybody know about what you just saw here. Don't let people know that I just blessed this guy. Just keep that a secret right now.
Right.
Because everybody doesn't need to know. Because if everybody does know, sometimes they want to start changing it.
Right.
And then in certain aspects too, and I deal with this with church and you deal with this with employment, with employing people. Some people don't want to grow. They just want to sustain.
Oh, that's what you said. That's what you said. I was trying to come up with the words while I was talking. That's what you said. Some people don't want to grow. They just want to sustain.
Just want to sustain. Let me be here. If I can just stay here, like in churches, they'll say, I don't want to get a larger congregation. I just want us to be able to pay our bills. Right. Be right here, be stuck where we're at, and it's one of the worst things that people apply in their life is like memory foam. Because memory foam conforms to your imperfections. It doesn't stay firm to kind of push you to a better place.
Oh, did you just come up with that? Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
But that's where a lot of people are at right now. They love just being in that comfort. Yeah. That if you're underweight or if you're overweight, memory foam just absorbs and says, "I take you as you are. Don't change." And we do that in our lives, of saying, I'm comfortable, even if I'm not healthy.
Yes.
Not the right thing. We get stagnant and comfortable. And then we, in a sense of being, non-memory foam, it's like, okay, we can always push the envelope. Let's do a little bit better. They, for some reason, have problems with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the statement of, well, what's wrong with where we are right now? And I'm like, because there's so much more that we can do. And I actually had one person say, well, you know what? Maybe we just got too much business. And I'm like, no.
That's not a bad thing.
This is not a bad thing. We
yeah.
just have to put more infrastructure in place to be able to receive what we've been blessed with, you know?
We have to manage it. We have to be good stewards of what we have, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Utilize our time wisely and, you know, just, and push through, because we're always going to have those people that are dragging their feet.
Right. And another thing you said to me was that it's kind of like I was trying to make somebody be something that they're not.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of times we know that people have certain skills, talents, and abilities in one area, but they don't have those skill, talents, and abilities in another area. Right. But we are so focused on, okay, I want to make this person a salesperson. I want to make this person a marketing person. Right. I want to make this person a people person. They're not a people person. They might be more of a technician, meaning they're good at implementing systems and putting together, you know, equipment or whatever, but them going out and being rah-rah and being with the people, that's not their skill set.
That's not their skill set.
So if you have a small business or a big business for that matter, just be careful what you're expecting from people. Maybe you're expecting people to do something that's just not in them. And I think that was the other thing you said to me, is just the particular person I was talking about. I was like, you were like, that's just not in them to do that, but they're good in this other area. Right. You know, and I think as business people, we have to be mindful of that sometimes we have to bring on new team members that have the qualities that we need in order to go to the next level.
Right. And you don't have to eliminate those people. It's just you bring
to
manage it or find out what their position is. You know, like Shaquille O'Neal, the basketball player, was a great center. He was real big. He was strong. He was powerful, but he wasn't a point guard. You know, he wasn't one that would distribute the ball to everybody else. He was the one to catch it, and I'm going to just dunk the ball.
Yeah.
That's what I do. You give it to me, I'm going to dunk it. Now, deciding where to throw it at and how to, you know, make people think that I'm going somewhere else, that wasn't in his skill set.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be upset with him for not being a point guard. You utilize him as the position that he's in or who he is, because I think that'll help your team better. You know, that'll help the overall, you know, and then we also have to be good coaches too. You know, coaches pull them to the side and draw out what the plan is, the short-term plan for the next play.
That's right.
They'll draw it out. This is what we're trying to do. This is what we're doing. So let's, you know, apply ourselves when we get back in the game. Because if we apply it, then we're going to win. You know?
Oh, I love that.
So
I love that. Marty, I think you're taking it up a notch, man. I'm waiting for you to put that webinar together, that entrepreneur webinar that you are working on. That was good. That was good.
We're going to work something out soon.
But I love that. I love the basketball analogy. And it really just made a light bulb go off in my head. Granted, we've talked about what we're expecting for people, and maybe we're expecting them to do something that's just not in them. But if you use the basketball analogy, each position plays a certain role. Yeah. And you wouldn't expect you wouldn't expect the you know,
center,
the point guard to be the wide receiver. That wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying? That wouldn't even play right. You know what I mean?
Right. So, you know, so just knowing their position, knowing who they are, you know, and putting them in the right positions.
Wait a minute. Wide receivers football.
Yeah, I was going to let that one slide. I was just going to let that one go.
What's the other position? The goalie?
You know what? It makes a lot of sense. You can't, you know, if you try to put a football player on a basketball court, you know, and like go long.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna let that one just ride there. Just, woo, yeah, yeah. So anyway, with that kind of thought, you make sure that they playing the right game. You know, because if you got people on your team playing the wrong game, that's gonna mess up your chances of winning. You know, I just popped in my head. I was like, wait a minute, those are two different. Yeah, that's two totally different.
Well, I was struggling with my words because I couldn't think of that other position in basketball. There's what? There's the point guard.
Yeah, the forward, the center, and is
there a goalie? No. Okay.
So quiet for a little while on the sports front. Let's talk about trees again, okay? You know, if you got small branches, they can't hold up the big tree. That's why they are made at the top, you know, to hold little small things at a time. Let's just take it to that kind of analogy, all right? If y'all got a thought or anything, you can hit us up at 1-888-FIX-DONNIE. That's 1-888 349-DONI. You know, and yeah, give her some suggestions because now she mixing.
No, you know what? That's a lesson. Don't use analogies that you don't know the whole.
Oh yeah. That just let that one just go.
Think of another position other than point guard. But anyway, basically, guys,
power
don't
forward.
expect somebody to be something on your team that's not in them. You know, let them play the position that they play and that they play well and that they enjoy playing.
Yep. And if you're on the team, if you are in football and you are that wide receiver, understand that the wide receiver has to run on every play, but he only catches the ball maybe once at a whole series. So, you know, just make your turn, though, but keep going through it. And the ball will be sent your way and you will have that favor and you have your own touchdown. Anyway, if you got a comment or a thought, hit us up at 1-888-349-DONNIE. I'm trying to clean it up for us, baby.
I know we are.
888-349-DONI. And we're going to take a quick break. And I'm going to give her a quick class on, you know, different sports and just.
Yeah.
No.
Goalies in soccer and in hockey.
Yeah.
My daughter was a goalie in soccer.
You get a gold star. We'll be right back. You listen to Donnie Jones Live with Marty McFly. We'll be back.
And Donnie Jones.
It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live.
Hey, this is your girl, Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. Don's Tree Service has been serving the metro Atlanta area for almost 20 years. I'm a certified arborist, and we are fully licensed and insured. Call us at 770-413-TREE. We give free estimates, and we don't charge extra for cleanup. Don's Tree Service, that's 770-413-TREE, or visit us online at donstree.com.
It's not too late to file your taxes. Don't be afraid to file, even if you feel you may owe, because this may not be so. Allow TrueTax to give you a free estimated quote based on minimum information required on our app. Please download the TrueTax app from Google Play and follow the prompts and choose Killeen, Texas as your preferred location. Remember to call Sunny at 254-304-9416. TrueTax and Credit Solutions, always true to price and service. When you file with us, you will receive a free credit profile cleanup and a free one-document notary service. Thank you.
First, people got sick and I couldn't go to school. Then another police shooting. My mom and dad were upset. It seemed like they were losing hope. But then I told them, don't worry, there's still hope.
Manna Publishing presents the House of Hope Story and Coloring Activity Book. It's 44 pages of inspiration with coloring activities to calm your mind and redirect your attention. Children and adults can use this tool to relax, focus, and best of all, be inspired to find hope. Get your copy today at mannapublishing.com. Please, don't you dare go in there. Don't touch that. It's an emergency. Germs, viruses, and bacteria are everywhere. And today, it can even be deadly. Don't go in there without protection. Pro Spray, Atlanta's antimicrobial system works. We have a 2-stage process that cleans and seals. You can open your store, church, business, and have a safe home. We have the solution. A protective covering, disinfectant, long-lasting solution Pro Spray treatments. EPA approved, non-toxic, safe for families and pets. Contact Pro Spray Atlanta today. 833-776-7829. That's 833 Pro Spray. July and August special. Office 1,500 square feet or home 1,000 square feet, $349. EPA approved, non-toxic, safe for families and pets. Don't go in there until Pro Spray has treated your surfaces for your protection. Contact Pro Spray Atlanta today. 833-776-7829. That's 833-PRO-SPRAY.
Now, back to more Donnie Jones Live with Donnie and Marty McFly.
Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live.
Welcome back to Donnie Jones Live, where you are checking out Donnie Jones and that guy.
Marty McFly, and I'm doing what I make it do.
Yes, you are. You know? And guys, for the record, on the break, I realized what the other position I was trying to say in my analogy. It was a center. I was trying to say the point guard is not supposed to play the center position, and the center guy is not supposed to play the point guard. Bam, I got it.
You're right. There you go. We cleaned it up there. See, yep. You get another.
Don't be coming for me, dude. Don't be coming for me.
Got 2 gold stars for the day. Go ahead. Go ahead. I am not mad. So, anyway, this last little segment, Donnie, is there any words of encouragement of entrepreneurship that you would have for someone who is still dealing, because the seasons are about to change.
Yeah.
You know, we're about to go into the fall, and just like the 4 quarters of the year, you know, the physical quarters of the financial year, what are you looking forward to or changing or trying to shift in this fall?
Well, this fall, actually, when I think about fall, especially because I deal in the green industry, you know, and even though I don't necessarily deal with the planting or the harvesting or whatever, all I think about is like receiving, harvesting what you have basically planted. And so when it comes to nature, I think everything has a season, going back to what you were saying. And as an entrepreneur, I think a lot of times when harvest season has come upon us, we get frustrated because we're not receiving something, but we also got to remember we didn't do the work to get a harvest. What does that look like? In my own business, we do a lot of follow-up calls. We do some advertising, you know, we do social media, and I'm always putting content out there. So we are starting to be blessed for work that we did last year. And we did go through a phase, and I talked about this in one of our previous shows back in November, December, January, when usually, unless there's a storm, with the holidays, it kind of slows down. Things get a little bit, you know, not as hectic as they are during the busy season, unless it's an emergencies. And so back then I was having my big challenge was making sure that our customer service people did follow-up calls and call people. And one of their things was like, but Donnie, nobody's, you know, trying to do tree work now because it's Christmas or it's New Year's or it's January, and people are thinking about, you know, they just got their credit card bills from doing their Christmas shopping or whatever. And so I was just really on my people, like, listen, we got to do follow-up calls. I was on myself. We got to do follow-up calls. We got to advertise, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of the footwork that we did back then, we're starting to reap a harvest from now. And the reason why I say that is because some people have said that have attributed the fact that people are at home, and that's why I'm busier now. That's what they're attributing our success to right now. And what I've got to say to that is this: yes, people are at home, but if they didn't know about us, they wouldn't be calling us. So if I didn't do the work pre-season, I wouldn't be getting a blessing post-season. So if you're in a phase in your life where things aren't looking the way that you want them to do, start doing the work. You got to do the work. It's just, whether it's weight loss, whether it's building a business, whether it's building a relationship, you got to do the work in order to reap the harvest. Yeah. And so right now, going into the fall, if your harvest isn't looking the way you want it to look, start right now today to do the work so that when harvest season comes around again, you can receive what God has set aside for you.
Amen to that. I can co-sign on that. Yeah, girl. Go ahead. No, I like that. That is true. You know, you always got to do. My little phrase right now that's always stuck with me is a little bit of something beats a whole lot of nothing.
A whole lot of nothing.
So if you're doing just a little bit now, it will pay off.
It really will. It really will. What would you say on a more spiritual tip to encourage the people, especially in this season where there are situations where people are doing really well? Then there's also this part of the season where people are hurting. You know, people are struggling right now, and they don't know where their next dime is going to come from, or they've lost their jobs. What's something you would say as a man of faith to encourage people?
Well, you know, I don't really know all the way. If I would say anything, it would go back to what I was talking about earlier, I think, where Jesus was saying, you know, who do people say that I am? And then later on, you know, when Peter says, well, you're the son of the living God. And he says, you know, well, flesh and blood didn't tell you this, but my heavenly Father. And then he goes on and says, you know, upon this rock, I will build my church, and where the gates of Hades will not prevail, you know. And if you think of it in the sense of God put a provision out there saying that hell is going to be around you, but it's not going to prevail. If you understand that the church is in you, And God, Jesus has already prayed for you. You know, when he said, Simon, Simon, the devil want me to shift you, but I've prayed for you. You know, in a sense, think of Jesus has prayed for us. And during these interesting times where we have hell all around, hell is not going to prevail. You know, it might feel like a wildfire in California where you have blazes on the left side of you and the right side of you. But understand right now you're going through.
Yes.
You're not staying in the storm. You're going through it. You know, and the storm is passing over. So right now, understand that you have already been blessed. You know, the thing is, your life is in your hands.
Yes.
That if you start planning for a better life, you know, you will start getting a better life.
That's right.
You know? And stop burying yourselves, thinking that you're dying. In a sense, just start planting yourselves, knowing that you're going to be growing.
Yes.
You know? So that's what I would say right now is just understand that life and death is in your tongue, and what you say, what you believe, and what you start working for is what the change is. If you want to change your life, then change your life.
Yeah, and if also going back to what you were just saying, if you want to change your life, change your thoughts and change what you're saying. Yeah. That's one of the things I don't think we talk about enough. I'm not meaning me and you, but just in general. People say they want certain things, but then they speak against it by saying things like, I'm broke.
Right.
I'm sad.
I can't do
I'm
that.
angry. I can't do this. I can't do that.
You know, in Isaiah, the 55th chapter of Isaiah, it talks about spreading your net larger, spreading your ropes larger. You know, here's the thing. Spread your faith, spread your expectations larger.
Yes.
You know, because it's according to your faith that things will be done. You know, so if you have that faith that I'm a powerful person and I am going to change and I'm going to grow and my business is going to turn over. My family is going to be stronger. If you believe that and start putting into that practice in your mind, mental, you know, if you loose it in heaven, then it'll be loosed on earth. If you even loose it in your mind, it'll start being loose on earth. If you can perceive it, then you can receive it, you know, so understand that, you know, and that's what I would leave for today. Just some of those thoughts of, you know.
I love that. Marty, I love that. Everything you just said in a nutshell is what people need to hear. They really do. Because I'll even go back to myself this week, and I did a post about this. I think it was day 52 or the day 53, where I kind of started the morning off really rough. And so I was thinking about my goals and aspirations. And because I was having a rough morning, I said to myself, you know, you got a decent life, Donnie. You got good friends. You've got the show that you do with Marty. You've got the tree service. You're doing the things you love. You don't need to do all that other stuff. You don't need to grow any bigger. You know, you don't have to be taking on new people and hiring this, that, and that. Just enjoy your life. You know, you don't have to work this hard. You're tired. Like literally, I was thinking all of this, right? And at first you think that sounds good. But what happened with my brain is I was telling myself that just kind of take a step back. It's okay. Just forget all those dreams. There's literally a part of my brain that went, yeah, you're right. I don't need to do all that stuff. But because I have a habit of listening to positive stuff or faith-based stuff or religious stuff or motivational speakers, out of habit, I popped on one of my videos that I listened to while I'm driving. And one of them was David Goggins. Like out of the blue, I just randomly picked one, but it wasn't random. It was God. And he said, you know, you got to be careful what your brain tells you. Because when you start to change and grow and manifest certain things in your life that you're not used to, but that are part of the blessing that you want, when you start working on your goals and things start changing, your brain doesn't want to change. Your brain has a groove that it likes to stay in, and it doesn't want you to break that cycle. So it'll tell you stuff that's totally against your goals feel good. Like, no, you know, I don't really want to go do push-ups. I don't feel like going for a walk. And it feels good to go, oh, you're right, I don't feel good. So what he's saying is you got to manage the message that you give yourselves. You've got to manage those messages, and you've got to tell your brain what to do. You've got to focus on the fact that you do have goals and aspirations, and that it's normal for your brain to go, oh, I don't feel like doing it. And then you got to take control and go, no, this is what we're doing. This is what we're working on. And we're not going to stop until we get there. And so by having the habit of just putting something positive on, I was able to change my state. I was able to change my state in almost a matter of seconds because I was like, whoa, wait a minute. This is just my brain trying to get a break because I'm changing things. Because in order for my life to change, I have to change the way I think. And for me to change the way I think takes work. So, yeah.
When they say the way your thinking is, you know, when you have a negative thought, I think it's the 3 C's or something where they say, catch it, check it, and then change it.
I'm gonna write
If
that
you have
down.
a bad thought, you know, you catch that thought, you check it, you know, why is this here? What is going on? And then let's change this into a positive, you know? So it's a thing of, it starts with ourselves.
Yes, it does.
Mental, you know, the way that you think changes your life, you
That's
know?
right.
So let's start with that. Anyway, Donnie, this has been a great show, you know,
Yes.
sweet and to the point. Make sure that if you're listening, if you have not, make it a point that you registered to vote. You know,
vote.
That's the most important thing right now. I'm saying
really
you
is.
all kind of cards in any kind of race. You'll lose your black card. You'll lose your
Come
white
on now.
card. You will lose all of that. You know, if you don't vote in this one.
Yes.
You know, this is more important than anything else. You know, it's the future of not just Black America or white America, but it's our America. So
that's so good.
Make sure that you vote to make a change in this one.
Yes, and I honor what Marty just said. This is not Black America, white America. This is our America.
Yeah.
We built this country, and regardless of the fact that it ain't been fair, we here, y'all brought us here, and we built it. So guess what? You ain't kicking us out. It's
We
our
all
house.
here together.
We all here together. So let's work together. Let's vote and make a change. We can do better. We can do better.
A change.
Yeah.
So anyway, Donnie, we are out of time. So much love. And until next week, you know, you have a blessed week and everything. And I'm going to go celebrate my birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. You guys, do me a favor. Call in and wish Marty happy birthday. That's 1-888-349-DONNIE. That's 1-888-349-DONI. Call and wish Marty happy birthday. You guys have a great week. And we will talk to you soon.
Yep. I'm trying to get a diabetic cake. So, sugar.
Yay.
I'll talk to you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live.
Hey, this is your girl, Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. Don's Tree Service has been serving the metro Atlanta area for almost 20 years. I'm a certified arborist, and we are fully licensed and insured. Call us at 770-413-TREE. We give free estimates, and we don't charge extra for cleanup. Don's Tree Service, that's 770-413-TREE, or visit us online at donstree.com.
Hey, write this number down, 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-VAST. Have you ever thought about having a produced commercial for your next event? Your church anniversary, birthday, family reunion, or if you just need some production work done? VAST Productions can help. We're an audio video production house specializing in making your audio and video dreams come to life. Thinking about a family documentary or a church history story? Call us at 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-8278. VAST Productions has over 20 years of production experience, and we're ready to work for you. To get started, just call 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-8278.
Hey, I'm Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and author of From Failure to Fabulous. From Failure to Fabulous is my opportunity to share with you my trials and tribulations of growing a tree service or growing a small business and making it successful by overcoming adversity, and also giving you some tidbits on what you can do on a day-to-day basis to achieve your dreams and be the best that you can be. And you can find us on Amazon. You can go to Donnie Jones Live. Anywhere that books are sold, you should be able to find it.
We know that we're asking Americans to do a lot right now. So we're asking everyone to be selfless for others so that we can protect those who are most susceptible to this virus.
A question I often get asked is, why should young people care about the spread of coronavirus? Well, we know that people with underlying medical conditions over the age of 60 are at highest risk, but they've got to get it from somebody.
Social distancing is really physical separation of people.
It's what we refer to when we ask people to stay at least 6 feet apart.
Not going to bars, not going to restaurants, not going to theaters where there are a lot of people. It all just means physical separation so that you have a space between you and others.
For more information on how you can social distance, please go to coronavirus.gov.